Rafe Esquith, the author of Teach Like Your Hair is on Fire, is a phenomenal author and 5th grade teacher at Hobart Elementary School in Los Angeles, California. He has been teaching there for 24 years. He is the only teacher to have been awarded the President's National Medal of the Arts. Some of his other honoring awards include the American Teacher Award, Parents Magazine As You Grow Award, Oprah Winfrey's Use Your Life Award, and when you make it to Oprah, you're big stuff. So, even though he has a wife and children at home, his work days start at 6:30 a.m. and usually end around 5 or 6 p.m., much longer than the average teachers. He does this to cover material that will be on standardized tests and to teach about other things that he likes. One of his likes includes Shakespeare, which is why he created the Hobart Shakespeareans. His students score in the top 5 to 10% of the country's standardized tests. And I am Kia Hunter. I will be introducing the prologue of the book. I am here with Laura Holyfield, and she will be presenting part 1. Caitlin Latini will be presenting chapter 7, and LaShondra Barnes, chapter 8, in the epilogue. So, Rafe Esquith, Teach Like Your Hair is on Fire, is a must-read for all teachers. In the beginning, he expresses how most teachers are with a nonchalant, I'm just here to get a paycheck attitude. He talks about how he does not get enough rest and how painful teaching can be. His hours exceed what the normal teacher's hours may be, but this is a part of the profession. He is very passionate about the well-being and education of his students, which is why he extends his classroom hours just for study purposes. He was once guilty of considering quitting teaching until one day, while attempting to help one student who was considered unpopular among her peers with a chemistry project, he set his hair on fire. He was so enthused with the thought of helping her and making her feel like she mattered, he was oblivious to the fact. This shows how deep his passion for teaching his students effectively runs. He blocked all negativity out of his classroom and made it into this wonderful world of teaching, which he named Room 56. While in his world, the only thing that matters is the students and their education, not home, bills, family, or anything outside of the classroom. This book is a great motivator for all educators because it teaches us it is not the student's fault for what we have going on outside of the classroom. Our job is to educate as effectively as possible with as little outside interference as possible.
Hi, my name is Laura Holyfield, and I'm going to discuss part 1 of Rafe's book, Teach Like Your Hair's on Fire. In part 1, Rafe makes 4 points on how to create a safe, respectful, and trusting classroom. First, replace fear with trust by being positive, patient, and attentive with your students, no matter how demanding they may be at times. Your students will soon realize that you are there for them whenever they need you. Second, when discipline becomes necessary, make sure the ends justify the means. Consequences should be immediate and within reason, such as removing the student from the activity. A tough teacher can be tolerated, but an unfair one is despised, so never punish the group for the actions of just a few. Severe discipline brings fear, which is non-productive in your classroom in the long run. Third, be a dependable teacher and true to your word. Keeping promises may be hard at times, but it builds a strong foundation of trust with your students. And on the off chance a promise isn't delivered as expected, this foundation of trust will be a safety net that creates forgiveness and understanding. And fourth, be the role model your students can copy. Remember, they are always watching your actions and your reactions. Good role model behavior includes being patient, attentive, considerate, honest, respectful, fair, and trustworthy. To sum up Rafe's guidelines for a successful classroom atmosphere, remember to act reasonable, be fair with your discipline, be a role model, and foster trust. And when the occasional slip-up occurs, forgive yourself, learn from the mistake, and plan to do it better next time.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Latini, and today we're going to roam around the world with ideas from Rafe's classroom. Some of the things he went over was geography and history, and some of the main points was geography can be a little tough trying to learn all the countries and different things, but as you can see, this map is very colorful and can help, or you can even do something simple with this little map that doesn't show anything, and kids can point out which state is which, and it's just easier for them to not see the states. Also, games are very fun for kids and they can learn a lot from them. Table Points was one of the basic games that just taught teamwork and self-control. Keeping your classroom under control is very important, but participation might take time with the kids, so just be patient. One other big thing that Rafe was big on was motivating the kids outside of the classroom, such as going to national parks and logging inside a book. It allows the kids to realize that history is still happening in today's world. Also, save class time for your teaching. Don't be showing videos because kids will tend to not pay attention unless they really want to, so they can stay after class and watch videos. You know, simple things just as history videos that they'll like and enjoy. Also, just make sure you keep the parents in the loop with all the information and projects so they can work with their kids at home and motivate them.
My name is LaShonda, and today I will discuss Chapter 8, Teach Like Your Hair is on Fire. In this particular chapter, Rafe brings attention to how science is disappearing from our classrooms. And he gives us several ways as to how we can make sure we keep science in our classrooms and make science interesting for our students. Now, one reason that science is disappearing from the classrooms, according to Rafe, is because of funding. He states that when we have parents that ask us, what can we do or what can I do to help out, we should be able to provide our parents with a wish list that has the items needed for our science labs or any supplies that you may need as a teacher. I really thought that was a great point that he made. Also, he tells us that science needs to be taught just like all the other subjects that we teach in our classroom. In saying that, he basically is letting us know that science is important. And although a lot of the time science is considered to be a very boring subject, it can be made fun and interesting for our students. One way that we can make science interesting is by allowing our students to have free will when it comes to different science projects, allowing them the opportunity to make mistakes and not feel that there's a wrong or a right way to do a project. I believe that science is very important and that this subject needs as much attention as the other subjects that we teach in our classroom. Let's bring science back to our classrooms. Rafe Esquith's epilogue gives insight to a letter one of his students wrote. The student's name is Janet, and she expresses her feelings and thoughts about room 56, which was Rafe's classroom. She gives him credit for providing life-changing experiences and opportunities to her. Janet saw Rafe's classroom as a safe haven. She said no matter what was going on around them, room 56 was filled with happiness and laughter. Janet held a high regard for Rafe. She acknowledged the fact that there were several values she learned from being in his classroom, such as responsibility, humility, hard work, love, and joy. It's students like Janet who keep Rafe encouraged to continue his journey in educating students. What we need to understand as educators is there will be times that we want to give up and throw in the towel. There will be many students who won't appreciate what you have to offer. But if we can influence a few and give them the values needed in life to be successful, then we have done well. Reading Rafe's book is very encouraging and is an awesome book for education majors and professionals to read. And remember, if you want to influence or leave a lasting impression, teach like your hair is on fire. In closing, we would like to acknowledge Rafe Esquith assistants, and the classrooms of the education building. Thank you.